Welcome back to ShopDog-Garage. It's going to be another 55 video. Looks like I'm putting oil in the engine because it looks like somebody drained it all out. And we're going to play some zip tie games. And I'm also going to look and see if we've lost any coolant. So let me find a light and get set up. The first thing I did was turn some heat on. It's kind of chilly in here. And we'll go from here. Well, for better or for worse, I didn't see any leaks. I've been playing with the flashlight for a little bit. So let's get cracking on this. On the list of things I'm never looking forward to, it's time to put that battery tray back in. That's not very fun. But you'll note, nitrous lines are run back. That'll work. Alright, the battery tray's going in. He's putting his liner in. Just hooked up the coil. So this is getting pretty serious. And a quick note to myself, while I have my spare first gen, I can see the way this comes around. Doesn't really line up all that perfect, but good enough. Black car, you would never notice. But notice how the bezel is here. Gets real wide, comes narrow, real wide, and then narrow here. So that's pretty inconsistent, which is pretty much what I seem to recall on these cars. So, and you can see this is not correct. This side is. So this is the side they fixed. So, yeah, this car, when I bought it, had already been painted black. So, it was a red car at one point. So I went ahead, pulled the fuse for the EFI system. That's all the coolant that came out of it, so there must be one more air pocket in there yet. And he put 5 quarts in. We don't remember if it's 5.5 or 5.6 on this one. We'll be finding out shortly. So, 3 here, 3 there. Going to pull our card stock here in a minute, because I think in the not too distant future we're going to be setting the battery in, spark testing, making sure nothing got hooked up wrong, and then we'd like to crank her over, build some oil pressure, check our fluids, check clearances, all that. Let's be cautious here. Okay, battery's back in. It's taken us a few minutes. Coolant is almost self-leveled, but I don't think anything is on. At least that's the hope. So we're just double checking all our work from before, making sure everybody's happy, and that we're going to get all of this tightened up. Something feels snugger than before, so give me a minute. After a lot of looking, we haven't found the key to the car, but we have found that the trunk key will actually turn the ignition. So we're going to go ahead and prime up the oil on this real quick and get that filled up, get this full, and probably even cap that. And once we're happy with all of that, we will look at starting it. Okay, I'm turning it over a little bit. Let's make sure the belts are riding and everything looks normal. And that we're in neutral. Okay. Yeah. So that's all turning over. That's always good. Okay, we're going to do that off and on for a little bit, and then we'll be back. We've been running it a few times, and suddenly there's no oil on a dipstick, so we're going to add another quart. Okay. So this thing takes 7 quarts. We now know. So you want to prime again? We're just priming it a few times, and in a little bit we will throw the fuse back in and cycle the fuel a little and get her going. All right, we got our oil pressure. So I just popped the fuse back in. So that's the EFI fuse. I didn't put its cover on. And I'm going to have them cycle the key, and I'm going to look for fuel leaks. So go ahead and cycle the key on. Okay, the fuel pump obviously ran. And so we hit that, and then an air bleed happened somewhere. Okay. Cycle the key once more. Okay, we're watching building fuel pressure. Fuel pressure looked good. It shut down. And I heard air when it tried to do its injector pulse. So, I don't see any leaks. Okay, well, the next thing we want to do is have no tools on here. And I want to see if she'll kick over. Okay, not even sure if we have ignition or anything like that yet. Let's 3 things at a time. Okay, key off, key back on. Something in the back bled down. That's a weird sound. It sounded like air being returned. So we definitely heard something back here. I bet air returned to the tank. Okay, key back on. Yeah, see, I heard a little bit of fuel squirt this time. Okay, try again. Okay. Let's cycle the key one more time, and then we'll start looking for ignition. Figure out what thing we forgot to hook up. Hopefully nothing important. Okay. Give her one. Okay. Well, we'll be back in a second. I got to pay attention here. Okay. We finally have the timing right. So hopefully it's going to kick off when we get there. But now I got to get back in there and tighten that back up. I had to pull PCV out of the way, and it's real interesting getting back there. But yeah, we were 20 degrees advanced, or 22 degrees advanced from where we were supposed to be, so we were off one. And then what almost seems like a comedy of errors, because of the way we routed this nitrous line, I can't get that PCV back in now that we're timed because of clearance issues. So I got to pull that all the way back out and around and back in. So, got to do it. It's really tight back there. That escalated quickly. That was that little adapter hose we had in there. Had to get it out of there because it slid all the way down on the fitting. So now we have a longer hose on there that can't slide down any further and is a pretty snug fit, but is also tall enough that you can actually get at it now. We hadn't realized how difficult that was going to be to get at. So by making that about 3/4 inch longer, I think that's going to make our lives easier if we ever had to replace it. Alright, let's pop the battery back in. As soon as I put these two connections on, we got that. Everything here is nice. Everything's relaxed again. So let's hook up the coil, get the battery in. Okay, everything's hooked back up. We're going to verify timing again before we put the fuel pump fuse back in. And hopefully we're pretty close and everything's happy and we didn't mess anything else up, because oh boy, that was a doozy. Timing this is not easy. Alright, fuse is back in. Man, I hope this isn't an expensive minute. So let's turn some light. Okay, go ahead and key on. Okay, I heard some injectors pulse. Okay, go for it. Get ready. Okay. Cycle the injectors one more time, because we've definitely bled that line completely down. Okay, try again. No, nothing yet. Okay, we've cycled the key about 10 more times. So, okay, I want to turn her on, and then let's look at our gauges again. This is That's always the bummer, taking stuff out. But that's the first time we didn't hear air come out. Okay, try it. Hey, that's a start. That's a something. Okay, try again. Okay, we heard some exhaust note. That's a start. Okay, now remember, we recycled all of this stuff, so we might have these two closed. I don't think I have oh, I do have a pocket screwdriver handy. But remember, we resynced all of this, so all of this is going to have to be readjusted. Let's open the throttle just a little bit. Okay, the key's off. Okay, key back on. Okay, I just heard it click. Okay, go ahead. Oh, yeah, we're on the right track. Okay, key off. Now, this is because it's cold and it's learning and all that. This will get adjusted when it's hot. Let's be fair, this will probably get adjusted 3 or 4 different times as we're playing. I just want to hear this run and kind of run on its own for a little bit, because it is kind of later than I want to pretend it is. Okay, go ahead. It's living. Yeah, I'm gonna have to tighten that belt a little bit, but that's okay. If it wants to die, just let it die. That's fine. Okay, so we're going to get it idling. We'll be right back. We stopped to take a peek. We must have spilled something on the header earlier when we were cleaning or something. So that's what we're hoping, because we sure can't find a leak anywhere. So we're just gonna keep an eye on that. And then, since the IAC was reading 100% open and it wasn't even idling correctly, I have been turning these in a little bit, and we'll go from there. Hopefully we can get it idling where the IAC isn't, 100% open. I wonder if we actually always had a minor bit of pirate air that we were compensating for. So we'll see, but I'd like to have it hanging in that 50-60% when it's cold. It gives it plenty of room to adjust. Let's try it again. I've got those, I'm hoping, pretty open. Let's see where we wind up. Will it even start? Okay, notice the IAC is a lot less open now. See, now it's letting some air in. Throttle up, throttle down. It's got learning to do now. Okay, come on, machine. Yeah, I bet we got a lot of learning to do yet. Yeah, CTS is pretty close. It won't let it die, that's good. But it's trying to figure out the duty cycle and the timing right now. Yeah, and we got whatever that is going again. Oh, I can't see. Okay, that's already better. Okay. Whatever that was, it's burning, but it's not nothing new, so we must have spilled that before. Okay, now I'm gonna have to close down the throttles a little. Yeah, it's got a lot of relearning to do. But that's okay. We'll get her there. Okay, we're in the 20s on the IAC at a cold idle. I'm down with that. All right, I think we're gonna have to open this up. Okay, we had to open up in here. Yeah, whatever got spilled on that header is trying to kill me. But we're getting closer. It's starting to get happier. Remember, we changed things. Also, I got a suspicion that there was a little leak somewhere that we no longer have. So, yeah, I had to much more drastically change the throttle blade position than I had expected. So, that's usually a sign that there used to be some pirate air and now there isn't. Because it needed to add an awful lot more bypass than we had before. So, we're going to give it a second to air out. Do one more start. We got pressure on there. I just want to build up a little pressure in the cooling system. And then we'll give it time to bleed down. See if there's any leaks. Okay, so we're getting ready to do one last go here. A big part of what we want to know is, did we seal this cooling system? So I want to get it pressured. So see, we're already building pressure because we're building temp. See how much better that started? It's got some learning and some surging to do. Don't worry about that. What I care about is we're at a 199. We got a fan running. And in just a few minutes, it'll be under pressure. We're just looking for leaks. Because remember, before it leaked right there and right there, and now it doesn't. So we did something right. Oh, we probably don't need that on anymore. We got our alternator running. Yeah, and I can see we're going to snug the belt a little bit. It's a little floppier than I want. But it's not the end of the world. Okay, temp's starting to come back down now. I'm sure we're going to burp at least one air bubble. See, now we got a hot IAC position around 9, 10, 11, 12. That's reasonable. Ignition timing's running around 13, 15, 18, 13. So, let me find my twiddler. Oh, I've lost that thing 3 times already. Where did I put it this time? Now, let me go find, oh, I see it. It's by my beer. We busted out a little more coolant. Alright, and all I'm doing right now is, since the engine's warmish, yeah, oh, his temp isn't reading and ours is reading awful high. I bet we got him plugged in. Well, I don't know how you could get him plugged in wrong. Well, I'm not putting my hand in there. There's no way. We'll wait till the car's off. Okay, and we had a 50% chance of screwing it up, but we had the temp sensors plugged in the wrong ones. That's why it was reading so hot so fast, and why the Dakota was reading nothing. So now the Dakota's reading about 170, and we're reading 162 here. So now, I think that's more realistic. But it explains a couple things. Let's see if she starts. Well, let's make sure she's in neutral. Get in that habit. So. Ooh. Well, that was pretty drama-free. Oops, somebody touched the display. Oh, that looks great. Well, she's sounding a lot better. But yeah, we got some belts we're gonna have to tighten. I've heard him squeak when he was playing. So, but we expected that. The big thing is, system is under pressure, coolant is warm, and it's staying inside the motor where we want it. So I think that's gonna do it for today. This is actually further than I thought we were gonna get today. So, of course, the way we did that was by staying much later than we expected. Okay, so we got that kind of pulled. All right. So now, if no more coolant comes seeping up out of this, we fixed that. And with that, we're going to call it a night. I'm late. I've got work to do when I get home because, you know, having a day job sucks because I keep forgetting to buy a winning lottery ticket because, honestly, whoever even goes to a store anymore, even when you get fuel, you never go in. You just do it at the pump. So, we're going to chalk up this victory. We do like the fact that it seems to start better than it used to. That's kind of nice. You know, it's getting there. We're going to look for leaks, see where this goes. So what do we say?
Thanks for watching.
This has been another ShopRex approved video. Thanks for watching.